So, okay, Goal Crushers team calling. Super excited for all of you guys that were able to hop on tonight. And I'm hoping that a lot of you guys are going to be watching the video because hopefully we'll have some good information for you. I'm going to go over some top tips for social media photography that I got from Jen Richardson, which if you guys don't know who she is, she's in our upline. She's currently a 15-star diamond coach. She is absolutely amazing, and she actually has a background in like network marketing kind of stuff. Like she does like graphic design, and that's what her degree is in. So she rocks at this. So I kind of took a lead from her in one of her templates that she does for a social media bootcamp whole week. And I didn't want to do that because I felt like it was a little overwhelming with all the new stuff we've got going on right now. But the next few weeks, I'm going to kind of plug that into the team page as just kind of like a tip Tuesday, maybe a tip Thursday here and there post for you guys to get some of the social media training. But today I just wanted to go over photography. But before I do that, I just wanted to go over what we have going on this month because we just kicked off another month and it's really exciting and I want to get everybody in the right mindset for it. So I know a lot of you were pushing for Success Club, a lot of you hit it, which is awesome, and some of you didn't, which is totally okay. I just want you to start off March brand new, no matter what, whether you hit Success Club 20 last month or you were at Success Club 2. I want you to start over this month and get in that mindset that this month is going to be different. And what I kind of do, I explained it in the video, and I feel like I was frantic in that video. I was just kind of all over the place. But what I was trying to get across is the beginning of every single month is like gut check time for me. And it's the time where I look back on my previous month and I think, okay, what goals did I hit and what did I rock at last month? And what goals did I completely fall short on and I suck at last month? Because there's always something that I bombed the month before, and I need to use that as a learning experience. If you guys haven't read the book Failing Forward, I think it's John C. Maxwell, I want to say, it's awesome. And it tells you about how the most successful people in the world aren't the people who never failed and just automatically rocked at everything. They are the people who failed a lot because they were pushing themselves outside of their comfort zone and failing all the time, but learning from those failures and moving on. And that is what I try to do every single month, is just kind of look back and be like, okay, if I didn't hit my goal for recruiting, for example, how many people did I invite to the coaching opportunity in February? And how many people did I count on? Like, for example, I do this all the time and I'm really trying to get out of the habit of that. But you talk to people and they say, yeah, I'm totally going to sign up. And you go, okay, great. I've got my people for this month. I don't have to stress about it anymore. I can focus on something else. And then those people fall through. And the last week of the month, maybe you didn't focus on inviting to the coaching opportunity because you thought these people are going to sign up. You can't do that because not only do people flake, it happens, it's not the right time for them, something falls through on their end, but at the same time, anytime you take a step back from your business, it means pushing a little bit harder that next week. So for example, if the last week of the month, you decided just to kind of take a step back, like, oh, I've already hit Success Club 5, I'm just going to kind of take a breather. You are starting this month having to push all over again. And instead of being like, oh, I'm going to hit Success Club by the 15th of this month, I'm going to help those 3 people, you're having to rebuild that momentum and push for it at the end again. And I don't want that for anybody. So gut check time, look back at what you did. I know you probably are feeling, at least this is how I felt, like, God, I did everything I could have done. But look back at it and be really critical of yourself. Figure out what it is that you could have done better, and then tweak that this month. That's the whole nature of this business, is to constantly tweak what you're doing. We have the New Coach Bootcamp, which is kicking off on Monday. I'm super, super excited about it. So Becca, Kelly, Andy, and I all kind of teamed up together and went over what our ideas were for how we want to simplify our New Coach Bootcamp for our coaches and bring it to them in a way that they are going to know exactly what to do and have templates that show them what we have done so that it is easy for them to get started. Because every single one of us that signs a coach, I know you all know this, we want our coaches to be successful. We don't sign coaches just to sign coaches. That's not the point of this business. That's not what we do as Team Goal Crushers. And I'm hoping that this boot camp is going to be that thing that kind of clicks and really starts moving everyone forward. So I want everybody to be a part of it. If you're on Becca's team, definitely hop into Becca's. But everybody else, I want you to hop into my team's new coach bootcamp because I want your feedback. And don't feel like you can't give me your feedback or that this is my team. Like, it's not. It is our team. And I want to hear from you guys and hear, what am I not doing right? What would you tweet from one of the days in the boot camp? Because this is for all of our coaches, and all of you have valuable input, and I want to hear it, and I want to be able to continue tweaking what it is we're doing to make it better. We've got a 22-minute hardcore challenge group that is going to be kicking off on the 14th. So if anybody has anyone to add, we can do kind of a team-wide challenge group for that, depending on how many people everybody has. I would love for us to all work together. It would be really fun. We're going to have the sneak peek on the third Monday of every single month. And I think we're going to aim for doing just a 1-hour sneak peek group where for that hour we will post stuff about what coaching is about, and we will follow it up that same night with a live What is Coaching call. And it'll be based on whatever our theme is for the month. So for example, this month, Andy and I are really focusing on how coaching has helped us get out of debt and start earning an income basically from home. So that is what we're going to focus on the live call. As well, the fourth Monday of every month, we're going to do a leadership group, which we are still working on. So stay tuned for that, but it will be done and we will have it together. Becca, Andy, and Kelly and I are all working on that as well. So stay tuned for that. The only requirement, it's not a push to whatever group. It's not a push to Emerald, a push to Diamond, or whatever. It is a leadership group, because no matter where you're at in this business, whether you just signed up as a coach or whether you've got 20 coaches under you, you are officially a leader. So the only requirement to get into that group is to have some Success Club points on the board. You don't have to have hit Success Club, but you've got to have something on the board showing us that you're moving forward with this and that you're ready to learn more in-depth information before we overwhelm you with it when you haven't been doing the basics yet. So anyway, those are the things we've got coming up this month. I'm really excited about it. We've put a lot of work and energy into these things. So give us your feedback. Let us know what you think about it so that we can tweak it and we can make it better for all of us as coaches and for all of our coaches. So today I just wanted to go over social media photography. This is something that is so important in your business. I'm really going to aim for every single team call having a very specific topic that we're talking about. So if there is something that you feel like you're struggling with, or that you'd like me to cover, or that you'd like me to find somebody to cover for us, let me know so that I can do that. One thing really quick, sorry, off track, before I dive into social media photography. Next week's team call is going to be at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which I know for your East Coasters is very late, so you'll have to probably catch the recording. But the reason for that is that Kelly Jimenez is actually going to come on to our team call next Wednesday night, and she's going to go over like pages, how she has set up her like page, how she has boosted and promoted her like page in a way that she has made a return on her investment. So basically, for those of you that don't know, when you start a like page, you kind of have to pay to get it started, which is why I don't tell people to do it right away. If you're anything like I was when I started the business, I didn't have money to put into something right away. But it is something you have to put money into right away. But Kelly has done it in a way that every single dollar she's put into her like page, she has gotten back, whether that's from signing up coaches, challengers, whatever. So she's going to hop on with us next Wednesday, and it's going to be 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and basically share with us how she set up her like page to be successful. But anyway, okay, so tonight I'm going to try and keep it short. I don't want to keep us long. I want to make these team calls not something that drag on. I'm just going to go over the top tips for social media photography. And I am not by any means saying that I am an expert at this. I actually took this template from Jen Richardson, which if you don't know who she is, start following her. She is amazing. She has a background in network marketing and photography and all kinds of stuff, and her posts are amazing. The wording of the post, great, whatever. And all of us have really good wording on our posts. I'm not gonna lie, I've looked at a lot of your posts, you're all sharing your stories, and I just love that. But the photo is what will draw people in to read your post. People are gonna look at a long post and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna read that. But if they're scrolling through the news feed and they stop on your photo because it's something that caught their eye, they are way more likely to read what it is that you've put out there. So that is your goal as a coach, is to get something out there that's eye-catching that people notice. So she has 5 top tips for social media photography for selfies or for pictures of you, for call to actions, things like that. And then she has 5 tips for your food selfies, which is equally as important as coaches, to take really appealing photography of your photo or of your food, because you're putting out there nutrition as well as fitness and support. So you want to be able to share those things with people as well. So I'm just going to go over both of these, then I'll open it up for questions if you guys have any questions. And if you have anything that you want to add to this, feel free. And that'll be it tonight. So starting off, the number 1 tip that she has for selfies, so for your pictures on your social media, is to invest in a full-length mirror. And I know that this sounds so cheesy and so silly and so basic, but it is crucial that you do this, because people want to see you. You are the thing that is going to draw them in to whatever it is that they are attracted to you about, to get them excited about doing a fitness program, to get them to join your challenge group or your team. They want to see you, and they don't just want to see selfies. Yes, it's great. Show a picture of your face. I definitely say put you out there to everybody, but they want to see your body. They want to see how you are transforming. They want to see how you are progressing, and taking the same exact selfie every single time and posting it is not going to do it. So invest in a full-length mirror so that people can see all of you. They can see your entire body, what it is that you're doing, and you can take those before and after and those progress pictures to share with people. The number 2 tip is to place the mirror in a clean, well-lit area, which is another thing that seems kind of basic, but it's so true. I'm not saying every picture has to be perfect. And I am definitely not saying that you can't take a picture of yourself in your crazy, messy house to show what your real life is like. Because yeah, that is part of you. Part of me is that my living room floor literally is covered in Legos and cars 24/7. I don't pick it up. Like, it's pointless to me to pick it up. So that is part of me. But at the same time, you want to show people you. And you want, when they look at your photos, to focus on you, not the pile of laundry in the background, not your unmade bed, not the big paint splotch on the wall because you're testing paint colors. It has been on my bedroom wall for like a year, I'm not gonna lie. But you want them to focus on you and see you and what you are doing. So make sure that you are taking a picture in a full-length mirror in an area that is well lit, daylight, awesome. If you're like me and you work out at 4 in the morning, that's not an option to have daylight, so make sure you've got great lighting in whatever room you're taking pictures in. But make sure that it doesn't have a bunch of jumbly stuff behind it all the time, because you want them focusing on who you are and what you want them focusing on, not the background noise. Number 3 is to pick your outfit wisely. And I know that we are not all going to go buy brand new wardrobes. Trust me, I know that. Especially when I started, I had no money to go buy a brand new wardrobe. But as you are getting things as you go along, think about the business. So think about, okay, what is going to attract people to my pictures? Bright colors, something that is very clear and crisp and exciting, and something that is going to show them your personality. I'm not saying go buy a bunch of crazy pants if you're not a crazy pants person, because you have to be you, but branch out a little. For me, I was very much a black and gray person. That is what I wore basically 24/7. I threw some blue in every once in a while. But if you're going to be taking pictures of yourself after you work out or doing a workout video, you want something bright. You want like a bright pink sports bra or some bright colored pants that are going to draw people's attention into you. I'm not even saying work out in it. I have a pair of pants that are so not comfortable to work out in. They're super cute, and it draws people in because it's a bright color and people ask me where I got them. So find a few things, cheap things from Target. Target and Old Navy are my go-tos for cheap stuff. Buy bright colors, even if it's a little bit outside your comfort zone, because people are going to see that in your picture and be drawn to it, as opposed to you wearing sweats or gray or black or just whatever colors. They are going to see you if you are bright and you're standing out. Number 4, and this one I think is a little cheesy, but it's so true, and I noticed that I do it without even thinking about it. Pose. Pose in your picture. Don't just stand there and take like a selfie looking straight out like this and you've got this straight on shot of you, or don't take a picture of you just like standing in front of a mirror. Pose a little bit. Learn how you feel the best and how, and it's going to sound awful, but display your assets, ladies. Like, figure out what it is that makes you feel good and makes you feel confident, and do that. Like, for example, me, I'll admit it right here. I always take pictures with my arm out like this because it makes my arms look skinnier, so I always do that. And I always take pictures tilted up a little bit because it makes you look better than these straight on pictures that are a little awkward. So figure out whatever pose it is that makes you feel better and do that, and switch it up. Like I said at the beginning, don't take the same selfie every single day or the same picture of yourself in a mirror every single day. Mix it up, make it fun, because people aren't going to follow you if every single day they log in and they see your Facebook and it's just a picture of you after your workout, a picture of you after your workout. Mix it up, make it fun and exciting for them to be following you. And then the number 5 one, and this one is key, and I'm actually going to share a few photos that I have edited, and it's editing. And I am not at all saying that you've got to be an expert at editing, because I am definitely not. I learned this as I went along, and I am still learning, so it's definitely not expert on my end either. But make sure that when you are posting photos, they are bright, they are clear, they are not blurry. Make them pretty, crop them. If you've noticed on social media, the pictures that show up best, whether you're on Instagram or Facebook, are square photos. If your photo isn't square, when you post your post, your photo is going to be off to the side, and it's just not as pretty to look at. So crop them into a square. On Instagram, one thing that I feel like always looks really nice is when you crop them into a square. For example, if you've got a long photo, and I have an example of this, crop it into a square, but let it be the white noise on either side of it, because it just makes it look really crisp and clear and stand out. Make sure that if you put wording on your photos, it's readable. So it's either black or white. It doesn't have to be a bunch of crazy colors, but it's something that is easily seen, and it's not a ton of text. If you have this big long quote that you want to share it in the text and put something short and simple on your photo, because nobody's going to read big long text. They're going to look at it and be like, what is on this person's picture right now? So make sure that you've got something that's clear on there, and choose one filter that you love. It doesn't matter what it is. I pick Chrome on everything. So whether I'm on my iPhone filtering photos or whether I go into Rana Designs and I'm editing my photos, I pick Chrome on everything because it brightens it up, it makes the colors really vivid, and I just like the way that it looks. I have seen a lot of people do like kind of the dimmer look for all their pictures, or kind of like a more retro theme. Totally fine. But pick one theme and stick to it, because you're branding you, and you want people to see uniform in all your pictures. And at the same time, choose the same font in all of your pictures too. So pick 2 or 3 fonts that you really, really like and use them in everything. Don't feel like you've got to mix it up and use a different font every time you do a picture. That's what I did when I first started. And I look back at my pictures and I think, God, that just looks messy. Like, I look at it and it drives me a little bit crazy. Pick a few things that are you, your filters, your fonts, and then use them on every single thing. You don't have to have fancy editing stuff to do this. I use my iPhone's filters all the time. So I lighten my pictures on my iPhone. I make the Chrome on my iPhone, but just do things like that. And I'm going to show you just a few examples really quick. They're kind of cheesy. I just took from mine, and you guys, I'm sure, all have really great examples too. I hope you're seeing this. It's really cheesy, I know. But for example, let me see if I can make it bigger. brighter. Okay, so like this picture of Ryan, don't laugh, but here's Ryan. Okay, so in this first picture, it's a little bit darker. It's not a huge difference between these two, and it literally took me like a second, but this one is brighter. People are going to see this one because it's brighter, it's more vivid, it's more like in your face than just like the regular picture. Although my kid's really cute, so I'm sure they'd like it anyway. But anyway, so make sure that you're making it brighter. This one, when Andy took this photo, this is from NLC, it's really, really dark. Brighten it up a little. Is the picture perfect over here? No, it's not. I know that, and none of my pictures are perfect, but it's brighter. People are going to notice that more. Just little things. When you do chrome, it like makes everything kind of pop and stand out. Things like this are going to attract people to looking at your pictures as opposed to just putting whatever it is that you took from your iPhone. You're never going to have perfect lighting. You're never going to have like everything exactly the way you want it when you take a picture. I'll take a picture in a restaurant, for example, of my food, super dark. Okay, lighten it up, make it look pretty because that's what people are gonna see and stop on. This is one that we did today. I'm gonna post it tonight actually. And it's our sweaty selfie, which is not a selfie of us, it's our feet because it was leg day and that's part of my post. But I use PicLab, which if you put your photo into PicLab, free program, if you've taken just a normal picture and you want to turn it into a square picture, it will put the white edges either on the sides or on the top and the bottom to make it a square picture, which looks much nicer and cleaner in social media. And then I use stuff like Rana Designs to put text on it and to brighten up my picture. So instead of it just being kind of a basic picture, it's brighter, it's more exciting. And I picked, like I said, the same filter for all of mine. I've always done chrome. I just like how bright it looks. So definitely pick something that fits you. But like this, so different. Like you've got this picture of me and I look tired in both of them, yes. But it's kind of blah and whatever over here, and over here, bright. People are going to notice the bright picture more than they're going to notice the standard whatever picture. Add some cute stuff to it. Fancy it up a little. I'm not saying spend forever. I did that when I first started where I would spend 30 minutes in Rana Designs on one picture. Don't do that. But just do something to brighten up your pictures and make them more eye-catching for people so that they stop on your picture and look at what it is that you have to say. Because I know all of us have a lot to say. So make sure that you are getting that across to people. Okay, so really quick, I'm just gonna go over the food stuff. And these are just kind of things that you can do to make your food pictures look better. I know some of it's basic. I just want to go over it. I know we've got a lot of new coaches on the team and it's always a good refresher. So the top 5 tips that Jen has for food pictures, and I kind of take these to heart all the time. 1, don't use flash on your food, ever. Ever, ever, ever. Turn flash off your camera. In fact, if I was you, I would take it off of there for good because I don't even use it on pictures of me. It makes you look wash out. It's not a very attractive lighting to use flash. So just don't use it on your food, especially. It makes it look shiny and fake and kind of gross. Use natural light if you can. I will take pictures of things earlier in the day, or I will save some of my meal. I know this is a lot of steps, but I will save some of my meal as leftovers for the next day and eat it as lunch. And I will take a picture and I will share it that night saying that it was my dinner because it's nicer in the day. It looks prettier. The lighting in my dining room sucks. And no matter what I do to take a picture, you are going to see some kind of light bulb flash around my picture. So I take it in the day, and Jeff laughs at me every time because I set up my food pictures in exactly the same area, and it is on the floor, next to my kitchen counter, next to my sliding glass door, because I have great lighting there. I'm not getting overhead light overshadowing it, and it looks clean there. So I literally take a picture of my food on the floor. Don't laugh, but it works. And that is what looks bright, and it looks nice. So find what looks nice and find a place where you can take natural light pictures. Number 3 is take pictures of your food on plain plates. Don't have crazy striped plates. If that's your jam, awesome. Go to the 99-cent store, and this is literally what I did. I went to the Dollar Tree, and I bought 2 white plates. just basic. I bought one circular one and I bought one square one, and they're just white plates. And I use it for everything because food pops on white plates. And it is so much easier for you to take a great picture if you've got just a solid color. If you've got solid color green plates, I don't care. Just take it on something that's solid color so that you're focused on the food, not the cutlery and the plates and everything. The other thing, and I know a few of you guys are already doing this, and it's absolutely genius. I need to do it. But go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby or whatever it is in your area and spend $3 on a bunch of scrapbook paper and get things that look like wood or like tile or whatever it is that you want it to look like. They've got scrapbook paper for everything. And take a picture of your food on your pretty white plate on this scrapbook paper because it's going to look clean. It is going to pop. Shannon actually is a really good example of this. Shannon uses, yep, she's pulling it up. So Shannon, I will have you share that after I'm done talking because it's awesome. She uses the scrapbook paper that looks like, I swear to God, she was taking her picture on like a beautiful picnic table somewhere. Like it's beautiful and it pops and it totally just draws yourself into that. And it's so easy to do. Like literally scrapbook paper, 79 cents. Go buy a few different ones that you really like. I wouldn't say buy a ton because just like your selfies, you want to have something that's you and you want to have all of your pictures be kind of uniform. But find a few that really speak to you and help to make your food pop and buy those, stick your plate on it and take a picture. Right now I actually use a big like wooden platter that I bought from my cousin-in-law from Pampered Chef, and I just feel like that makes it pop. It's wood, it's like clean looking. I also went to the 99-cent store and I bought really cheap solid color placemats, and it works. So in the summer when everything is bright and people are thinking summer, I have this bright like neon yellow and neon green placemat that I take pictures of my food on because it's summery. It makes people think summer. So think about these things when you're taking your photos, and just serious 99-cent store has been my godsend for these things because it's cheap, it's easy, whatever. Hi Wyatt, I see you. Anyway, so number 4 is to make sure that you plate your food nicely. And this is something that I struggled with because guys, by the time it's dinner, I'm hungry. I want to eat and I don't want to think about plating my food nicely. Like I just want to throw it all in there and eat. And I have many nights when I do that. But after I eat, I will go back and I will go to the food and I will get my little plate. And I usually, I'm not gonna lie, I use salad plates because it fits nicer on my placemats that I bought so that it is framed great. And I will plate a meal like you're getting it at a restaurant. And I'll take 2 extra seconds to put things exactly where I want them and wipe stuff off the plate so that it looks nice and it's not like drizzled everywhere. And you want your food to look appetizing. Nobody's gonna wanna get your food if it looks gross. So take a second extra and plate your food nicely. If you've got a lot of extra space, plate like a fork next to it, whatever. I'm not saying you have to get super fancy with this, but make it pretty because that's what people are gonna be drawn to and they're gonna see that. And then number 5, and this is something that I have not played around a lot with, but Jen Richardson definitely does. And if you're not following her, check her out on Facebook, especially Instagram. This girl rocks. But get creative and try new things. One of the great things about coaches is that we're all trying new healthy recipes all the time. So find a new recipe. What I committed to, and Jeff is so, thank goodness that he is on board with this because I don't cook. He is my cook. But once a week, I pick a brand new recipe that we have not tried before, and I do it, and I'll take a picture of it, and I will stock it for later so that when I need something to post, I've got a new recipe. And I make it look nice. If we're eating Chinese food, I'll put chopsticks on there. Do I know how to use chopsticks? No, I don't. I've tried. It's horrible. But make it look nice. Make it look authentic. Be creative with what you're doing. If you're taking a picture of your shake, don't take a picture in your Shakeology cup every single day. It's boring. People get it. You're drinking Shakeology. Take a fun picture. Jen Richardson, and I copy her on this all the time. Every week she posts a Shakeology recipe and she has a super cute cup and she takes a picture of it on a super white wall and she posts the recipe next to it. And it's awesome. In like December, she'll have Christmassy cups that she takes pictures in, and in Easter, she'll have Eastery cups that she takes pictures in. And if you're like me and you're like, I don't need 8,000 new cups and I don't have the money to buy that, and I've told Becca I do this before and she laughed at me, but it's so true. I go to Hobby Lobby and Target. I find mugs that I think are super cute or cups that I think are super cute. I buy them, I bring them home, I hold them up, and I take my little picture and I make my post about it and I return them because I'm not going to put Shakeology in it. Nobody's going to know if I have Shakeology in that mug or not. So get creative with it and don't feel like you've got to spend a bunch of money. I know you're all laughing at me, but it works. Like half of these cute mug pictures that I've taken, like I don't own half of them. I bring them back because I don't need 15 different coffee mugs. But it gets people's attention and they see that. And if you are really into Shakeology, which I hope all of us are, you want people to see that and to notice that and get excited about it. I am really into coffee, so I'm not gonna lie, I probably have like 20 coffee mugs, but buy whatever it is that you're like into and make your pictures, and if you have to, take it back. It doesn't matter, it takes 2 seconds and you're gonna get great pictures, and you can buy 5 all at once and you've got pictures for the next month and a half. So those are my little tips for you. Also, really quick, if you're doing 21-day fix and you've got the containers, even if you're not, show people what the food looks like in the containers, even if they're not all in the containers. So I'll do like part of my meal on a plate and part of it in the containers, and then I'll share how many containers it is, because people are drawn to that. And a lot of people are doing 21-day fix and that helps them. So anyway, those are Jen Richardson's social media tips with a little bit of me thrown in there. And I'll open it up to questions, anything you guys want to add. Shannon can share her backgrounds because she is like the one that I noticed that started doing the paper backgrounds, and it was genius because her pictures looked great. I actually sent her a message. I'm like, your table is awesome. She's like, that's scrapbook paper. And but like it actually got me to notice it. So that's a good thing. So anyway, if anybody has any questions or whatever, feel free to unmute yourself and we will chat. This is when it always gets started.
I do, actually. Does anyone use, because I feel like I'm either always doing a selfie or I'm doing, looking at the mirror while you're holding the camera in front of you, picture. And I feel like almost like I need to do something else. And I like the ones where you're not holding anything. It's just, you've set your phone or your camera up somewhere and use a self timer and you've got that. I'm wondering, does anyone use like a tripod? Because I have difficulties finding, the right height, the right angle, when I'm just like rigging stuff up in my house. Does anyone use anything like that?
I don't have a tripod yet, but I do have one that I want to get. And I also want to invest in a ring light because I really think that that's another thing. Because I've been following Anita Myron on Facebook quite a bit. I'm a little bit obsessed with her right now. And I've noticed a lot when she's shooting her videos and stuff, you can tell she's using a ring light because you can see the reflection in her eyes. And a lot of her photos, you can tell when she's taking like her selfies, like either her daughter's fucking fantastic at taking photos or like she uses a tripod or something. So like I've been playing around with like different things in my house that are at like different heights. And Natalie's down napping, like I will set it up and kind of stand in front of it. And that's kind of how I've been taking my sweaty selfies this past week. Is just I use her water table now in our basement, and I prop like a magazine up on that. And I actually use my iPad because it's a larger screen, and I can actually get a better like view of how I look. And I just take like a few photos until I get one that kind of looks okay. But I did start following Jen Richardson. I've been part of her her social media, like, what's it called, Shayna? It's like a social media like boot camp kind of group.
Yeah, she has a social media boot camp, and if anybody wants to be a part of it, below this video when I post it, let me know and I will add you into it.
But that's where I learned about the scrapbook paper, because that's one of the groups that I joined right when I first started coaching. And to be honest, that's probably like the only group in the very beginning that I checked into regularly, just because it actually gave really good tips on, like you said, everything Shanna shared is like absolutely 100% like just fact. Like lighting's key and editing's key. And whenever you take a photo, like you just want to make sure like it is appealing to the eye. Another thing that you can do is take your photo, and I learned this through like a different thing. I was like a social media photographer that I follow on Pinterest, had a bunch of tips. And one thing that she does is she edits all of her photos through Instagram, through their filters. So what you can do is you can go onto Instagram, upload your photo, put a filter, but delete it right away. And it will save into your camera. And you can actually layer filters over filters. So like if there's different looks that you want, or like if a picture isn't quite like getting light enough by editing it like on your phone or even through like another app, you can actually go onto Instagram, pick a filter that will lighten it up, and then you can go from there. You can add another filter on top of that will kind of add color back into it. I mean, you've got to play with it, and it's kind of annoying because you're like putting it in and deleting it and putting it in and deleting it. So it kind of takes a little bit more work, but it automatically crops it to that square for you. So you don't have to worry about editing.
I'm definitely more simple with my pictures because I don't want to take forever with them, but pick a filter, even if it is Instagram, just pick like 1 or 2 filters that you're going to use for everything because it's super helpful. Danielle, to go back to your question really quick, one of the girls that I met at NLC had this thing, and it's called a Gorilla Pod. And I will post the link to it. It's literally like $15 on Amazon. It's not very expensive. And it's a tripod for your phone, and it can be used for like any phone as far as I know. And it has like the tripod that comes out from it, but it isn't just like, it doesn't just set up on something. It has like the tripod legs can bend around stuff. So the girl that was using it, I saw her and I was like, oh my God, what is that? And she's like, yeah, this thing is great because if I need it at a certain height and I've got like a pole or a TV or whatever, it can just like hook onto it and I can get it at whatever height I want it at. So that's actually something that I recently ordered. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm really excited about it, but it's called a Gorilla Pod, and I will post the Amazon link so that you can see it, because to me, that was like amazing. Like to be able to put it absolutely anywhere you want and attach it to anything so it stays at whatever level you want. That's what I always have a hard time with.
Okay. So it's not extendable, but it sticks to stuff, so that takes the place of it being extendable.
Yeah. So it's
okay, I've seen Gorilla Pods, but they're these little tiny things. I'm like, what am I going to do with that?
Basically, like, it's kind of like the elf on the shelf thing where like the arms kind of will just fold and stay. That's the way that I saw it. So like basically like you can bend the legs to anything. So if you want it, like she said that she's done videos like outside of her house in her driveway, and she has a light pole that's like right next to her driveway. She's like, I go and I hook it around the light pole at whatever like level I need it at, and it works perfectly.
Oh, I'm so getting one.
Cool thing. So, and it's literally, I mean, there's ones on Amazon that are like $50, but she sent me, I had her text me the link for it. She's like, this is the one I bought. She's like, it was the cheapest one on there. It's like 13 something. And she loves it. And it was awesome. Like you could set it up anywhere. So
yeah, totally include the link. And then when we were talking about the ring lights, I've heard of the Diva ring, but that, you know, you're investing anywhere from, you know, $200 to $500 on this thing. Does anyone know of any like basic starters? Does anyone else use one of those? Because I have horrible like yellow lighting everywhere in my house, everywhere.
Honestly, for you, and this is what I did in my house, is I went to Lowe's and I bought like the Reveal, that's what they're called, is just Reveal light bulbs. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're like natural light looking light bulbs.
Okay.
Like, I put those in like my bedroom and in my office, and I couldn't do them in my gym room, and that is where I'm struggling with lighting right now, and why I'm kind of thinking of getting a ring light, because my lighting in there just sucks. But yeah, I mean, ring lights, you're gonna get what you pay for pretty much, from what I've heard.
Okay.
They're expensive, which is why I have not bought one, because it just seems like so much money for a light, and I don't know how often I would use it. So.
Okay, well, I'll try the bulbs thing, because I mean, it's yellow. You can see in my video, it's yellow in here.
Yeah. Well, I'll post some links. Both Janelle Summers and we just had a call in that diamond training. She had posted some links to different ring lights that she used. I think it was Brittany Leggett. But I will find those links and post those as well.
Okay, I didn't see anything like that.
Yeah, I'll check them out and I'll post those links. But those, I mean, any lighting that you guys get, there's some that's going to be like under $50. But even that to me, when I first started, was like, yeah, I'm not buying that. So honestly, natural lighting, the most you can do is awesome. And sometimes, you guys, sometimes you have to cheat a little or lie a little, and you take your post-workout picture later. And you throw your hair up really quick and you stand in front of the window when it is light and you take a picture. Because it looks better and you've got better lighting. And you got your workout done that day, so it's not lying that you got your workout done, but you need a picture that's going to be brighter than the picture you get every single day standing wherever it is you stand. If you get up early like me or you work out late, like, so you kind of have to play around with it. And if you're taking like workout videos, for example, this is something I struggled with for a while, because for me, I take workout videos in the morning when I work out. And the lighting in my gym sucks, and the lighting in my living room sucks. And those are the two places that I can take workout videos. So I have started, and I have a bunch in my phone. I haven't posted them yet. But I have Jeff take videos of me outside in our backyard when he gets home doing just like some basic workout moves. And I'll do like 5 of them, and I will change outfits in between, and I just plan on using them all. So you can always do that, is just set aside some time where you can do like a bunch when you've got better lighting or when you've got somewhere else that you could do it, and then use those. So.
Okay.
If you follow Shalene Johnson on Periscope or Facebook, when she does the live videos, she comes up, she'll mention a bunch of the different like stuff that she's using. So when she finds a new gadget, or when she finds a new microphone, which that reminded me when you were talking about your microphone, Shayna, she just did a live video yesterday or the day before, where she's talking about a new mic that she got because her mic like crapped out on her. But she talks about her lighting. She talks about her tripods and things like that, and where she gets them. So that's also another main thing. She really does. She looks for like not the cheapest, but the best value in a lot of the things that she does get. And then she'll tell you exactly where she got them.
Awesome. That's a good resource, because she's awesome. And that's the thing, guys, like for some of you that have really just crap lighting, and like me in my gym, I have awful lighting, it may mean moving a big bulky lamp that's not the most attractive and not where you want it into a room so that you can get some of the pictures. Like I was talking, who was it? It was Kelly Jimenez. When she bought her selfie mirror, she was like, my selfie mirror is like in the middle of my house. It makes no sense where it is, but it is the best lighting and the best background in my entire house. So yeah, when I have people come over, I move my selfie mirror, but otherwise that's where it is, because I'm going to get the best picture there. And that's kind of the way that you have to think about it, is get the best pictures, because that's what's going to draw people in to look at what it is that you're posting. So anyway, I know this call has gone a little bit longer. Is there any other questions that anybody has? Anything else you wanted to bring up? All right, ladies. Well, then I think we're good. I hope that this helped a little bit, and I hope for those of you watching the recording, it helps a little bit. I will find some of those links and post them. And then just a reminder, next Wednesday, our call is going to be later. So it's at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will post it in the team page in the next few days here, but Kelly is going to talk all about live pages. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, everybody have a great night, and I will talk to you next week. Bye, guys.